Finally, odd as it might at first seem, many a miner whose job involved tough physical work also had a rather more delicate touch as an artist. It was, they say, because in their sealed-off underground workplace, painting was the only way of showing family and friends what it was really like. Well, now the rest of us can see too at a new art gallery in the heart of what was once the Durham coalfield.
You know, I was only a young man then, and it was pretty dangerous to do what we did actually in those conditions.
Bob Ollie was only 16 when he became a miner, working with pit ponies underground. He'd always loved art at school, so combined the two to create this painting, one of many by former miners, now on display in a unique gallery in the heart of the former County Durham coalfield. When Bob's pit, Whitburn, closed, here he is on the right on his final day, he continued painting. Like many former miners, it was a way of depicting their work beneath the ground.
You could only see half the industry which was above ground. So people that were underground could draw pictures and say, well, this is what I do underground, a little sketch. Moving coal, digging the coal and processing the coal. Everybody's got coal in their blood in this area.
The last mine in the Durham coalfield, Wearmouth, closed 24 years ago, signalling the end of an industry that at its height had employed 170,000 people in the region. And of all of the former miners who'd used art to document their experiences, Tom McGuinness, here in the dark hat, was amongst the most successful. For 4 decades he'd worked in collieries whilst painting what he'd seen after his shift ended. He died in 2006, but now his work too can be seen at Britain's first gallery dedicated to mining art.
Even if he was sat watching the television with us, he'd always have a sketchbook in his hand. So he'd always be sitting doodling and drawing, and even when the television was on, he rarely put a pencil down. We're just thrilled to have this and for people to come and see not just my dad's work, but the work of all the mining artists.
Where once the miners' toil underground kept their communities alive, now it's hoped that their depiction of an industry long gone will help draw in the tourists to regenerate an area hit so badly when the pits closed and the jobs went.
So many of the mining artists, like Norman Cornish, who became famous painting the lives of mining communities above ground, are no longer here to see their work in this dedicated new home. But they have ensured that what they saw, how they worked, will never be forgotten. Nannar, News at 10 in Bishop Auckland.